Yo, it's Mel from Rap Rankings. To hear the full episode this clip comes from and all other Patreon exclusive content, visit patreon.com/raprankings. Track 8, The Vacation from Ourselves, produced by Best Kept Secret.
You know what they say about track 8? Track 8 must be great.
Well, I wouldn't say it's great, but it is good to me. Flat 7.
I wouldn't say it's great either, but I would say it's very good to me. 8-, my favorite song on the tape.
I mean, that's still great. It's a light great. 8 is great.
Track 8 must be great, but 8 is 8- is very good. So it means very good.
No, I think 7+ is very good.
Well, that's not what our rating
8-
system. No, the pluses don't. What are you doing? You're confusing people.
No, I'm not. You're confusing people.
What does a 7 mean?
8s are usually 7 is good, 8 is great, 9 is love, 10 is perfect.
Wait, great.
That's how I think about it.
No, what does it say in the fucking copy, bro?
Well, what does it say? It's I like it a lot.
Okay, and then what's it say on
7 is just I like it. So if you're saying it's an 8-, you like it a lot.
All right,
do you not like it a lot?
Yeah, I like it a lot. I give it 8-. My favorite song on the tape.
All right then.
All right, I guess we're not confusing anyone. Neither of us.
I'm just saying, like the alternate sort of like the question I ask myself when I'm trying to, I have my own mental process. To me, like, yeah, the rating system is what it is. Make no mistake, it is what it says it is. But to me, when I'm deciding between 7 and 8, I'm like, do I think this is good or do I think this is great?
Right.
And the step above great is love, and above love is perfection. That's how I look at things. 6 is all right. 5 is nothing.
Yeah.
4 is, you start getting into active dislike. But anyway.
I don't really like it, but, I've heard worse.
Right. Anyway. They know the rating. They should know the rating system.
I hope so.
Listen, speaking of us and the rating system, I said this is a very Mools and Mel record. Because it's like, kind of, it just reminds me of like us in the Made 'em era, making the pop music. Like, this is like a moment where we would get out of like our own way and like make a concession. It's like, all right, look, give him like that ahead of me.
Right.
Or like a whatever. Now, it's like
this beat is the same sample as that Jay-Z American Gangster title track and Back in the Go Mode. He's gone. In the archival audio folder, I have the original sample. It's that Curtis Mayfield.
He might be in the parking lot and like hear it through the walls, like, and come back in here, and All right, let's make this quick. Where is he? Where's this record?
It's in the folder.
Wale Archivo. Yeah, Curtis Mayfo.
Yeah, Short Eyes.
Curtis Mayfo. That I got a new drop for what I just did. Okay. Sometimes you got to look at something and say,
we can't rap that.
We can't rap that. That didn't work. But here we go. Here's Curtis Mayfield.
Stranger man took my only daughter round the candy shop. Soda pop. Quarter for a quarter. Remembering the loving way she wore her hair. Her sunrise eyes.
What in the world?
Was
that it? I don't know. It just stopped.
Well, maybe it's not to be then. But either way,
look, this says Short Eyes, but this is ridiculous.
Either way, I like this flip of it better than the feature heavy song Back in the Go Mode, because for me, this mix doesn't sound half bad. Honestly, it sounds like pretty. You want to play some Vacation from Ourselves so they could hear it?
Yeah, sure. I like this record. I'll play it. Let me see. Mixtape on Vacation. Here you go.
Alright. Oh. Can you turn me up a little bit?
Well, I didn't. Because you said this would be better. Remember? A vacation from ourselves. That's what you said. I'm sorry. You gotta get a job.
Mama's tripping, vacation, and you see they weigh out their minds with no return ticket. This side here go, this side here different. That's why I'm so annoyed. That's why I hear living popular for good. Reason I'm good. Reason I stuck with a sound. I ain't playing like the rest who got free from it. I grew up on Circle Boys and Go-Go music. A couple others, but I feel they less important to me. The point is, it pointed me in the direction of my homegrown.
It sounds bigger. It sounds warmer. The individual musical elements are able to shine a little bit more than they are on the feature heavy song. I'm not mad at the mix here. Like, it's not like CD quality mix, of course, but like, you know, it's a good mixtape mix.
Can I say, when he's like, what do you say? Reason I'm good. Reason like, and I had never heard Wale at this point in my life when I recorded this and like, or wrote it rather in like 2009, 2010. I had exact bars that started like, and Jesse's probably heard it by now if he's listening to my discography, but I was like, the reason I'm evil, reason I'm this way, the reason I want, and I'm just like, I heard this and I'm like, oh no. But Wale, of course, didn't make the mistakes I made.
The drops that are going to be made out of those songs, and that Jesse will probably bring in for that special.
I'm scared. I'm not looking forward to it, but hey.
It's like a roast, you know? They do like the Comedy Central roast and shit.
Yeah, I guess. You know. What can I say? This is actually ironic. I feel like I'm using that word a lot tonight, but hearing this, like the middle in between verses, he's like, "Hey Dan, was that all right?" He's like, Dan smack, everything sound good. I'm like, you told on yourself.
Yeah.
Okay, because we know
Bro,
what this
that reminds me
like.
of when Kevin Owens went backstage after his match with Chris Jericho at Mania 33, and he went up to Vince and he's like, "We good?" And Vince was like, "No." And he was like, "No?"
Yeah.
And he was like, "No." It's like, wait, what? I thought I was just gonna get the generic like handshake, hug, great job, pal, you know. And it was just like, "Is that good?" And he was like, "No." That's like, "Yo, we good?" He's like, "No, we're not." Like, it makes it sound bad.
Yeah, I just thought it was like.
I do think
ironic because
this song saves the
mix
tape.
Actually is fine. So
Dude,
it's like,
to me, this song saves the tape though, because if he didn't come with something that I liked at this point, I might have to bring the homie in after after the 3 6+s, where I'm like, man, you're just slightly missing the mark each time. It almost becomes like that much more frustrating each time you do.
Right. Yeah, this is my highlight of the album so far to me.
I think
the highest rated.
His raps on here
since the intro, rather.
I think his raps on here are probably the best raps that we've heard from him so far on the tape.
I mean, you think? Yeah, you can make that argument.
You know,
yeah.
I love the beat. You know, it's like kind of sultry. You know, I just appreciate the way that like he flipped like the jazzier portion of the sample instead of the part, you know, that like I feel like sounds a little more closer to the J version on the other one.
Yeah, it's it's another one of these records, like many on here, where he's being conceptual and self-aware. And look, I'll always have a soft spot for those kinds of records because I tend to be as an artist, tend to be pretty conceptual and self-aware, as a person self-aware. And
right. And this is one of those
probably
records.
Why this is the era I started rapping in.
Yeah, but this is one of those records where it's like you could tell the rapper is like acutely aware of how they're being perceived by their audience, and they're in dialogue with their audience almost, or kind of like, and that's gotten Wale in trouble over the years because, you know, a lot of people, like, I get the sense from him that he's someone who gets hit up by a lot of sort of like sometimey fans, let's call them, where it's like, man, I wish you could get back on that mixtape about nothing swag. And he's like, what do you guys want from me? You know, like, I think that with Wale, he kind of stopped listening to his detractors, and it ended up kind of paying off for him. And I would say that's been the case. He's been a lot more chill since he had his daughter. And oddly enough, Mel, when you said you started listening to him in 2017, I think he had his daughter in like 2016. So around that time, 2016, 2017, when he puts out Summer on Sunset mixtape, he puts out the Shine album, I think Wale not only is kind of sounding a lot more comfortable as a rapper, like all that awkwardness that we see on display at different points on this mixtape isn't really there anymore. He sounds a lot more polished and seasoned and whatnot. And in general, I think, you know, you don't really get Wale like wiling out on social media anymore and getting into arguments. I think a lot of that, though, has to do with the fact that the whole blog, sort of rap blog sphere is, if it's not dead, I mean, it's on life support.
That's what they get.
Yeah. So, like, you know, at this point, I think arguing with Complex is beneath Wale because, you know, that like, I look at them, what are they, like, basically surviving off the fumes of the Hot Ones at this point?
Yeah, no, I think they don't see anything from that. Oh, you mean Complex?
Yeah.
I mean, that's like its own,
like
that whole First Sweet Feast thing. I think it's kind of already separated itself. I don't know.
Oh, okay.
But
I didn't know if they're...
I don't know. I'm just guessing.
I don't know what their dealings are still with one another. I think Complex owns First Sweet Feast.
No, they did. They definitely did at a point, but I feel like maybe they've separated since then. I don't know.
Either way, it's like nothing. Like nobody's reading that shit anymore. Like people used to go online and have arguments about Complex top 50 listicles. Nobody posts listicles anymore.
And I love it.
You know, but yeah, this is, I would say, like, mileage on a record like this might vary depending on if you were outside during this era, because it is very much like kind of an internet rapper, quote unquote, talking to other internet rappers, essentially, because everyone listening to this mixtape also raps or makes beats.
Well, I mean, this song is about, at least to me, him sort of taking a break from the sound that he's known for. Because, I mean, up until this point in the tape, we've kind of gotten that go-go-ish,
yeah,
you know, real percussive heavy. This is like a Curtis Mayfield sample.
Mm-hmm.
It's a vacation from himself, you know, in which he talks about his sound and how alienating it can be to people and why he sticks with it.
Right. We're not getting the love from, you know, his home city, but, you know, the comparisons that people make to different rappers, you know, and him trying to separate himself, you know, but at no point during this song do I feel like, oh man, he's losing course, where I was with the previous three, where it's just like, man, you're close but no cigar in terms of nailing the concept here. I think this is great musically. I think Wale also rises to the occasion, and yeah, I think overall, probably my favorite song on the tape.
Same, other than the intro. So, spoiler. I mean, there's one more coming up that ties with this, but yeah, listen, folks. This is what you gotta understand, okay? This outro, okay? This outro, man.
Yeah. This outro's money, yeah. And if Jesse Good could hear this outro, he'd say his famous catchphrase.
Jesse Good? Yeah,
you don't remember the story?
The story. Oh, right. Okay, no. Yeah, because I'm thinking about the story. Yeah, your friend. When you were at your friend's house.
I was at my friend's house and we were eating pizza. And we're just at the kitchen table, and his mom was there. She had just come in and brought us pizza. And just out of nowhere, other than the fact, you know, me and Jesse were both big Seinfeld fans at the time, just blurts out, "I want to fuck Elaine." Like, in the most, like, how old were we at the time? Like, geez, we must have been in, like, 5th grade.
What?
And he just blurts
I don't know
it
why
out.
I remember this story like y'all were in, like, 8th or, like, high school or something.
No, we were in, like, 5th or 6th grade. Yeah, like, we were really young. We were, like, 12 years old, 11, 12 years old.
Well, his ding-a-ling don't even work yet. How is he going?
I don't know, bro, but that's what he said. He said, and his mom got really upset.
As she should have.
You know, but he just blurted it out. Just unprompted. We weren't even talking about Seinfeld. Just eating pizza.
That's money.
And he said it very emphatically. Like the fuck was like pronounced, you know?
Well, it should be. Elaine, look, I wrote in my notes, I popped so hard for Elaine find that. Okay, when she showed up. And it's a flex, too, because it's like, oh, look, one of the signs, like, Elaine is on this thing.
Yeah. It's a cosign.
You know?
I mean, to have Elaine actually appear on the tape, and she's the only cast member, I believe, who does, it definitely, like, is a bit of a seal of approval.
It's such a flex. And honestly, hearing this, I'm like, yo, Childish Gambino, you a small penis rap legend. You one of my main mans, but that Tina Fey stuff you pulled on royalty, it ain't this.
We don't care about no Tino Fey.
All right. You didn't get Elaine to say word up. God damn it. Okay. You didn't get her to say that. Okay. She was trying. Tina Fey was doing too much. Okay.
We know about
Elaine
her.
was in the cut. She was chilling, you know?
We know about Tino Fey, okay?
I mean, I don't know about Tina Fey. I feel no ways about Tina Fey.
We know about her.
I mean, no, that would be a 5. Tina Fey is like a 6 + 7 minus.
Yeah.
To me.
Save it for another episode.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah, shout out to Elaine showing up. That was a huge moment for me this week. Yeah, you want to move on?
We got to. But yeah, great song.
Yo, it's Mel from Rap Rankings. To hear the full episode this clip comes from and all other Patreon exclusive content, visit patreon.com/raprankings.